Everybody, welcome to A Record a Week, number 5. This is a special installment series for this week. With Thanksgiving around the corner, kind of thought it'd be nice to focus on thankfulness and what that means, and expressing that thankfulness towards people, that we may not know well. In other words, expressing thankfulness in our everyday walk through life, in all the ways that we are able. I wanted to focus on the World Vision Korean Orphan Choir this segment. I'm not sure if you've heard of them or not, but I'm going to show you this record of it. So it's World Vision Korean Orphan Choir with Ralph Carmichael and his orchestra. The record itself is probably from the 1970s, early 70s, like 1971, 72, something like that. So that's a picture of the record itself. And to give you a little bit of history on the Korean Orphan Choir and what it is, it's, it was, I'm not sure it's still going today, but it's 32 orphans, motherless, fatherless children, who were kind of banded together. In essence, the choir was formed. I feel that I need to kind of share a little bit of history on this choir, so I'm going to kind of read a little bit off of the LP itself, and it talks about how the events took place when they actually began the recording session of this particular album here. It's in the beginning. In the chilled mid-autumn air, a Pan-American 707 jetliner streaked eastward across the Pacific from the Orient, circled high over Hawaii's verdant islands, then dropped gracefully to the runway below for its stop in Honolulu. Aboard the plane were 32 breathless little orphans, members of the World Vision Korean Orphan Choir, who had touched down safely on the first leg of their journey to America. As the plane taxied slowly across the airfield, one of the orphans began to sing softly. Another joined in, then another, until the huge cabin of the dimly lit plane was filled with the harmonious little voices of Korean orphans singing in quaint English the song they chose themselves, Amazing Grace, How Sweet the Sound, which will be featured for today. Many of the passengers on the plane wept silently. Others bent over to give the Korean tots a warm hug, but everyone knew from the smiles on those little Oriental faces that these fatherless and motherless children understood and appreciated keenly the amazing grace of God that had brought them through many trials in their 8 to 12 years. Such the warm-hearted reception to America for the unprecedented tour, the magnificent little youth ensemble, a reception that was to be repeated time after time when they reached the mainland and began their 40-city tour across North America to raise money for the World Vision Children's Hospital near Seoul in Korea. Very touching. Here's Amazing Grace by the Korean Orphan Choir. very touching. We should hear one more. Beyond the Sunset is the next one. A little bit more history on this record and the children. There were numerous celebrities that took note of what these children were offering. It talks about here Bozo the Clown. If all of us remember back from that era, Bozo the Clown was one of the people that had the children actually sing on the television series. As well as Steve Allen, and the children themselves were selected from more than 1,600 orphans and destitute children supported by World Vision in 15 nations of the world. World Vision was founded in 1950. It's still going today. They have a website, I believe it's just worldvision.org. And it was founded by Dr. Bob Pierce, missionary evangelist as a non-denominational missionary service organization. Since its beginning, World Vision has aided more than 100 denominational, interdenominational, and independent mission agencies working in all parts of the globe. And a personal word from Dr. Bob Pierce, the founder of the company. Says, it has been a distinct pleasure for World Vision to bring to America the Korean Orphan Choir. These 32 children have been chosen from among more than 13,000 other orphans in 151 World Vision-sponsored orphanages throughout South Korea for their special musical talents. They are now in training at the World Vision Musical Institute in Seoul. I pray that this record will bring you delightful listening pleasure, as well as hope and encouragement to your own heart as you hear the orphans sing. And I think that's just really touching, just, hearing some musical selections from people who don't, from children, who don't have a whole lot to offer, but when they sing, man, they offer the world, they open up their hearts, and it's moving, and that kind of reminds me of what music is supposed to be all about. It's moving. It has to have meaning behind what is being sung. And this next musical selection I wanted to feature for this special series was Star Spangled Banner. So I figure we all would know it.
Thank you.
We should hear God Bless America for that. There we go. Well, everyone, that was, a special installment for the series with Thanksgiving around the corner. Again, the name of the record is Korean Orphan Choir, sponsored by World Vision. Record itself is from the early 70s, directed by Ralph Carmichael and his orchestra. So, rare find. I haven't seen it before. I really heard of it, but I did research and my heart was touched, really was. So I hope yours was touched as well. And let's all of us just, challenge ourselves to just be thankful. Just challenge ourselves, no matter what we're all going through in life, we all have our things. Let's challenge ourselves to be thankful and to express that thankfulness to others in all the ways we're able, And the simplest acts of showing thankfulness can go a long, long way. That's something that, we shall never underestimate, is a simple act of thankfulness, no matter how small it is, can really go a long way. So you have an awesome week. Thank you very much, and God bless. Bye-bye.